Hello everyone, Anthony, all the things. We're gonna do another quick game of. We'll do competitive today. We'll do competitive. I got time for about one game, so it's gonna be a quick fun and run. We're gonna take a quick win. Talk about something that I've been saying a lot that I haven't actually explained out. It's how to actually set up a plan. That stuff's hard. Like, I guarantee the first time that, maybe even the first couple times that I really try to set something up, I would either make the each individual plan set up too big, or I wouldn't give myself enough time for the right size projects, and it would just end up becoming kind of like a jumbled mess. So I'm gonna give kind of a little 5, 6, 7, 8 minute feel about what makes a good plan and like how you can break it up, and what might be some good ideas for someone that's looking to do it themselves. Uh, First things first, get a dedicated either binder or folder, whatever you want. Um, nice shot. Whatever you really want to do. If you want like a composition notebook, which is what I usually use, since to me this is gonna be something kind of important, I usually grab a nice composition notebook. Even if you're spending a little more money, it's like it's not that big a deal because you're gonna be using it every day, and you kind of want it to feel nice. It's funny how serious I get when I start playing this game. It's almost hilarious. Trying to teach someone, I'm just over here like getting quiet. Second thing, don't be afraid of whatever your goal is. Some people say, "Oh, that'll never happen," or "I can't do that. I don't have enough skill." Like, all that really means is the harder it's gonna be. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be a little more planning involved. That's for sure. But at the same time, that's why you're planning. So don't be afraid to think a little bigger than just like, I want to save $1,000 this year. So like, if you have like an actual goal, a business plan you want to build, anything, don't be afraid to do it. And which leads to the next point: do not be afraid to ask questions when you're making these plans. Like, find someone that can mentor you. Find someone that'll be there for you every single question you have. Once again, like every single video I've started making when I started doing these, this is now the third video. If you have a question, do not hesitate to ask me. I will do my best to answer any question I can. Oh, did he make that? No, he didn't. I really wanted to just let him have it. Great pass, though. But now let's actually get into the actual planning of the book and what you should do each page. What I do is I start with one full page right at the beginning, make that like my index, and then I write down, which is interesting. This index is like a living index. I write down what I first believe I'm gonna need to do, and then as time goes on, I'll like write the pages down for it. I will add things in. Don't be afraid of this like a jumbled mess piece of paper, because the moral of the story is not every plan goes right according to plan, and you might have to do a few extra things along the way. So you might need a few extra pages of a certain thing. Maybe one process took you longer than the other. You never know. So, like I said, do not be afraid to, make a big mess out of this. Wow, freaking blew me up, kid. Okay. What are we doing here? Oh, nice hit, nice hit. And then the next important thing is definitely write down like pages for every group of things. So say if something took you 3 pages, go back to your index, write down what pages that is. Oh no. Oh. That was nice. Go back, write down what page it is, so you can follow along the lines of what you were doing. And when you run, and don't be afraid to fill out a book, and just, the best way to do that is put a time log on everything. Whatever took you a certain amount, like if a book took you a certain amount of time to write into, write that on the side, and then just get a new one. And then on the next one, you just kind of do the same exact thing. You just go back and write what pages or from what timeline it was. Ooh. That was kind of weird. Getting so serious because I want to win. Oh, nice shot. Yeah, it kind of was his fault, but that's okay. Okay, back to the book. Alright, so make sure to be very diligent in what you do in terms of details in that first index page, because that will be your easy way to find something later. Say if you want to make another business plan and you find that you need a group of the same people, or there's something similar between the two ideas, and you find out, oh, I can use the same idea for this one, it'd be real nice to be able to find it quickly. So it's more like a longevity thing. Because when you start doing these, when you start really getting things going like this, you're going to start doing it a lot. There's not going to be a one and done thing. I promise you. You'll start thinking about everything. Like, what can I do? What can I make this better? Can I make this plan? Oh no. Can I totally set up this group or something? And you'll find that there's a lot of times where there are a lot of things that will overlap in terms of what you need, and it's just so nice to have a good setup. Second thing, try to separate things into days. Don't every day find about, like, I find about 5 solid things and a group of things to do, or one big thing. It's either 5 small things or one big thing. That's on every page. If things take more than one page, you should probably break it up into smaller things. I mean, by that is, like, if you're trying to fill out a few things of paperwork, that's fine. Do like 5 things of paperwork. If you're trying to learn about getting a certain license, that's probably a little bigger of a thing. It's probably going to take a while, and then you can kind of give it that one big item. Those are kind of like my standards of what I do. If you want more clarity on that, don't be afraid to reach out and kind of ask a little bit. Finally, break it up into 3 spaces. Put a line down the left side, a little, like about 2 inches in from the left, and then on the bottom, 2 inches from the bottom, put a horizontal line, and then on the left side, break it out into, like, that's like your header side, and on the right, put the notes on the bottom, put like a summary of how you felt you did that day. It's a simple way to break a page. There's a name for it. I don't recall it right now. I might put it in the detailed description about what it's actually called. But that's the one of the easiest ways I found to definitely describe my day perfectly to myself. So when I do go back the next day or the day before, I can definitely feel it out, find out what I still need to do from that day, and see maybe I did something amazing that day, and I can just go back and look at the good things, or I learned something that I should have done better. That's kind of what that bottom part is used for. I ended up getting a little too serious in that game because I really wanted to win, so I'm trying to push a little extra into here about how to explain how to set up a plan. And this is just the notebook version. You can do this on a phone, tablet, anything. I found the notebook to be the best because you can carry it with you and you know what it's for. It's not your phone where you can lose attention span and start doing things. It's your notebook. And that's basically all there is to making up a plan, and then just start getting stuff done. We'll talk about that later again. Once again, comment, like, subscribe, any message you want. If you want to PM me about something you're working on, reach out. I'm here. I got time. I'll definitely read what you guys say, write something back to you as much as I can, for as long as I can. It's not really scalable, but I really don't care. I feel it's very important for someone. Don't be afraid to ask questions. It's such a big thing. That's something I had a problem with, and it's going to be a while to find a good mentor. Even now, I'm looking for my next really good mentor. Don't be afraid to just reach out, ask a question. This has been Anthony with All the Things, and you guys have an awesome Thursday.